Okay, and welcome back to the next episode of Ardua's Let's Play of SimCity. We just added the first level apartment building to our new Megatower. We're going to go ahead and add the second level. And let's take a look and see what's happening while that's being put in. We've got a lot of upgrades going on over here for the industrial section, and I'm wondering if that is probably tech upgrades, because we are now full tech level. So that's fantastic. Our building over here for our high wealth is finally completed, and it looks like our medium wealth guys have completed as well. So we can now get a more accurate picture of the population. So, surprise, surprise, we still need a lot of medium wealth and a lot of low wealth and some high wealth jobs. So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to do some additional conversions to high wealth to see if we can get some more people in here. It would be easier and more, well, just be easier if we just said screw it and put in a medium wealth, or excuse me, an elite mega tower. I don't want to do that though, because I kind of want to keep the city in this like sense of from a design perspective. Like, there's a significant difference in design between the what am I trying to say? I don't know. The Elite Mega Tower just brings a different kind of design to the city than the Omega Co. company buildings do. And although some of these high-rise futuristic buildings are going to bring some of that design, the Elite Mega Tower really just doesn't fit. And if you take a look at it, in fact, let's flip over there. I mean, you can see it. I mean, it's wonderfully futuristic, but it just it's very bright. It's very green. It doesn't fit with this mostly dull, dark city. So we're not going to go ahead and add it. Now I am going to throw in some more apartment levels here, though, to make up for what we took out. And additionally, I think we want to put a park in over here because there are no parks, and I need that land value to be up. Yeah, see, they're already complaining. They want a park or mall level. Let's go ahead. I'm going to put in let me make sure I'm on the right park. Put in a big park. It's not a big park, but it's decently sized. Here's a big park. I don't want to put that in now. What haven't we put in yet? Medium. Actually, I think we put everything in. Did we put in a tennis court? Yes, I think we did. Basketball court? Maybe. All right. Let's go ahead and put a basketball court in over here. We'll put a tennis court in over here, and let's put a volleyball court in over here. These people really like their sports. Okay, great. So hopefully that'll help with the land value over here, but then also maybe they won't be crying as much. I mean, it's early on, so it's hard to say. That maybe that will shift, and they won't cry as much about not having a park. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, let's see. That last one has already gone up. Let's take a look at the population real quick here. Yep, still need 20. Wow, we need a lot of medium wealth jobs. And we really haven't made a dent with the high wealth, which is a little depressing. Let's go ahead and start putting in some medium wealth jobs here. We are now at 1.8 million. I think that's enough where we are safe to go ahead and start doing the robotics. Oh, actually, you know what? We can't do the robotics yet because we need to be approved for the robotics division. And in order to get approved for the robotics division, we need to increase our Megako profits to 25,000 an hour. So we're actually just kind of sitting here. See, production is up, good, and production here is looking good. Purple smoke is pretty, thank you. So really, it's actually, let's take a look at the Megatower map, which I can never find because I expected it to be down here and it never is. There it is. Wow, that's tiny. Okay. And let's take a look at the Megatower. Here we go. Okay, so we have a 78% adoption rate from industrial. Oh, something just fell. Some buildings are not brought in yet, but that's okay. Commercial's down to 67%. So I feel like when we, what happened was when we took out some of these commercial or industrial buildings, that really reduced our ability to have a Megatower absorbed by those factories. And when we upgraded all these commercial areas, they all upgraded, they all had to be rebuilt and then kind of re-Megatowerized, just like that one was. So that's probably why the numbers are so low right now. But we are now up to 23, so we are just a smidge of about 1900 away from getting the next upgrade, and then being able to do the extraction or not the extraction, the robotics, which will allow us to hit the residential and make some more money. How much money is enough? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. We certainly have plenty of money that we could actually go and start a Dr. Vu city right now. But I do want to kind of finish out the Omega bit. We have a bit of area here that we can definitely expand. So I would like to keep doing that. But we'll don't worry. We'll get to Dr. Vu, and we'll definitely do a better design than this kind of this grid city that we've got going on here. Let's take a look. See. All right. Wow. I mean, I just added a medium wealth level, and now they need 4,000. That's kind of crazy. Okay. We see now they love the parks and activities. No, and they still want them all level. I don't know what their problem is. Oh, because you know what? They're low wealth. Maybe they want a low wealth park, right? So let's see about let's put in that little low wealth water park there. Maybe that will, that'll shut them up. Because these are, that's interesting. I think all these parks are medium, so there's not really a low wealth park. But all right, let's whoops. Let's go ahead and put in another apartment level for medium wealth. Again, not going to put any services in the building itself. I'm just going to keep it the way it is. With just apartments, I want to really focus the services on other areas. Let's go see what's going on in the police department. Not cutting it anymore. Really? I'll have you ask me later, because I think you're lying to me. No crimes committed per day, and there's only 4 at large. And you only have 3 criminals in there. No, not worth it. Especially since we don't have a university set up to get the detective wing. I don't really see any value in doing that yet. From an education perspective, because we are still not educating 6,000 of our students, we could throw in, we'd have to throw in a Department of Education, and we'd have to, a day in a city in the region. 0 so far. That's weird. We would have to throw in an education department, and we have to upgrade, and yada yada yada. So that's not going to happen. Town hall, blah blah blah. Oh, they want us to put in a launch arcology. I don't think the launch arcology really fits with this city. If you haven't seen the launch arcology, it's right here. It's actually really awesome. I really like it. It's fun, and when you launch, we talked about this before, but when you launch it, it gives you money. This doesn't work with the Megatower city. So let's take a look. All right, our Megatower is now done. We've maxed it out. Let's take a look here, and still lots and lots. Yeah, this is crazy. So many people we need, and I don't feel like, I know a lot of it is from this industrial blowout I did here, and so maybe I should consider dezoning one of these areas so that we don't because maybe we clearly have too many jobs, and that's a problem. And we just had probably a hazmat fire based on the way that blew up. Oh right, we got the upgrade. Totally missed that. Boom, excellent. There's the upgrade to our Megatower headquarters, which now means we can throw in the robotics division. Ha! Now I just gotta find a place to put the robotics division. I guess it's going over here, because there's not really anywhere else to put it. Okay. Stick that there. Great. Boom. Gets that quest complete. What else do you got? What else do we have to do here? Drone assembly line, supply processors. Okay, no big deal. And that's, okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to plop in some Megatower factories for drones. Now, if you recall, I mentioned earlier one of the issues with when you plop in a robotics factory is that it's going to produce an insane amount of trash. As residents start buying drones and using the drones, they then end up throwing those drones out. So we're going to have an influx of trash. So we may want to turn around and put in a recycling center to help combat some of that trash, but also, I'm just thinking of a way to maximize space here. Wondering if I should do 2 or 3 over here instead. We'll leave it. We'll just keep doing it this way. I don't want to put too much traffic on that road. I know it leaves a big gap, but well, we can fill that in with industrial as I start taking out some of the industrial that's going to be down here. What was I talking about? I don't even know anymore. We wanted to do something with something. I don't know. All right, let's take a look here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Right, so you may want to put in a... We got the VTOLs in here, by the way, and we can do that. Okay, great. May want to look at putting in a recycling center to help combat the trash, or put in something. In fact, our trash is already like... Why? It doesn't even look like these are working. So they're not even on, and I don't have space to put one in without taking out the power plant. And it doesn't look like we're collecting all the trash that we can. We have 6 trucks. I'm going to go ahead and put in some more trucks, because we're definitely going to need them. Just plop it in. Yeah. And that is burning. Alright, so we're going to let that go. We just got that quest done. And this is going to start producing drones. What we should do is actually we're going to want to stick in a second drone processor plant. Where do I want to put this? I'm thinking about putting this right over here, which I can't see where that is. Actually, I could probably... No, it won't fit in there. Yeah, let's stick it down here. You know, one of the biggest annoying things is that you get stuck with, you know, like in this case, you get stuck with the Megatower factory edition. Well, I don't want that. So you end up paying for it to put it in, and then you have to delete it right away. It's like, what a waste of money. Anyway, boom, 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 another drone factory. Put in the VTOLs, and that will bring in. Whoops, overzealous in my scrolling. That will bring in the processors. Now, what you could do is, if you really wanted, you could go ahead and set up a like a processor plant and use, you know, import the plastic and all that to do that, and then, you know, you have your processors. Processors are expensive, as you can see. We were up over 2 million before we started this, and now we're down almost below 1 million. But once the drones start permeating the area and the residents, you're really going to see an uptick in the profits, because that is really the residents and when they become gold members, which are like your repeat residents, it really starts positively impacting your bottom line. So that's something to keep in mind. We are definitely already having a trash problem. In fact, the trash problem is so big that we are out of room. You know, what's interesting is I never ever put in this many dumps. And I usually get away with one dump and it burns, even in Megatower City. And for just some reason, I'm going to put 4 in. For some reason, this city just doesn't like my dumps, or my garbage is not burning. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. Put some plants in here to help clean up the ground pollution. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. We probably still do have a population job problem. We do. Lots of low, lots of medium. We can make a bigger impact on the low wealth by adding 2 low wealth apartment levels. And that would actually probably pretty much eliminate the low wealth job supply, that we're missing. But I don't know that that's better than trying to knock out some of this medium wealth. We'll see. We're gonna put in more medium wealth. All right, city's looking. Look at this huge skyscraper right here. Sinith Llama Industries. Bam, that thing's huge. Not as big as a Megatower, but still. Look at that city. Do. I mean, does this view... I mean, what you're looking at from a graphic, does this look weird to anybody else? It's driving me crazy because I had the graphic settings all the way up for the most part. And now I have them down so low so that my frame rate doesn't get too low. That I'm concerned that this looks kind of janky, but we'll see. You saw I accepted that police one. Now that we have droids being produced, that actually will allow us to do security droids for the police department when you use the big police department. So I figured I'm eventually going to upgrade to the big police department, so I'll just leave it the way it is. Okay, medium wealth is packed. Let's take a look. Yeah, still lots and lots. All right, I'm going to add a low wealth to top this off, just because that's one of the major areas we still need. And lots and lots and lots of people. Yes, we'll probably get to 200,000. Probably won't be an issue. What is our... Yeah, I'm noticing the money really dropped down, and that's because look at... where are my processors? 70 grand every time the processors are coming in. So it costs quite a bit to do. But we're already converting 7% of the residential. Profits aren't back to where they were. Our industrial is not 100%, our commercial is not 100%, but residential is climbing, so I'm hoping that that will help. You do have somebody complaining. I don't know. What are you complaining about? What's your problem? No relief from working. It's because they're always working. And then the people above you are complaining that they don't have work. That seems crazy. Alright, well this tower is now done. We just need to plop a crown on it. I'm going to stick with the... Actually, but nobody's complaining about... Oh no, they do want... Alright, let's put a crown. Let's put a park crown. I was hoping to not have to do that, but frankly, because we're not really putting up any... We're not putting up any of the other major crowns. I'm not worried about it. I think that's fine. Alright. We got our Omega pumping away here. That's not my Omega factory. Here you go. Producing. Everything seems to be producing. Great. Great. Let's take a look at what we're doing. Hourly, 25.9. Industrial's up to 91. Commercial's at 76. Residential is at 9. Let's take a look at the Omega. In fact, let's mouse over this. So we don't have... Oh, we do have some gold members already. Fantastic. So let's take a look. Yeah, we already got some gold members. Awesome. And we got some regular Omega folks, which is also awesome. This place is abandoned because they didn't get enough Omega. That's not awesome. Population is on the rise. My concern right now is these Megatowers. And I don't see... This is the problem I was having before with Megatowers. Is that you build them and they start doing a great job, and then all of a sudden it's, oh, whine, I'm working too much, I can't find work, I need this, I want a mole. Look at that, I put one in, it's right there. I need this, I need that, I can't find this, and then they just leave. And eventually they'll come back, or not those particular residents, but, you know, people will move back into that floor, but that whole floor just empties out. Really causes a problem. Not enough workers, government's closed, water shortage. Whoa. It's like all of a sudden we didn't have any water. Was not prepared for that. Wow. Let's just go ahead and max that out. I should go check on everything else. Okay, electricity's down a little bit, but we still have some excess. Water I just fixed. Sewage is up. Is gonna need. Is in the trouble zone, the danger zone. I can't add any more though. Boo. All right. Garbage. We are collecting the garbage. We're not full. Fire department's complaining because there's hazmat fires. So I have to upgrade that. No deaths per day. No crimes committed per day. Education. Oh, you're still complaining with the water shortage. We're only about 700 short on students enrolled, and our tech level is increasing, so I can't complain too much about that. The bus depot is a 45-minute wait. Matter of fact, we should check and see where. Yeah, we don't have any bus stops. Yeah, we didn't have any bus stops there, but put some more bus stops in here. Alright, well, that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. We still got hazmat fires going. I guess we're going to have to throw in that that major... the big fire department. But that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. It was a pleasure. We're going to continue to let this run a little bit, probably offline, while the droids start producing and permeate the city. And we'll get back in a little bit and maybe close out this town and move on to the Dr. Vu city, which I'm really looking forward to. Take care, and again, questions, comments, anything that you want to see different or want me to see do, please let me know. Just drop a comment online, and of course share and like the videos as well. Thank you guys.